Ever wondered how some media make cool looking characters? Yeah, me too. So I broke down how to make a compelling design from looking at examples. Firstly, there are things to consider while making a character. Mostly the themes of the characters, color palette, purpose, the setting they're in, and the consistency or the art style. But how does one expand on that? Well, you figure things out. Find references, make a thumbnail or a sketch, and draw them out. Things to focus while creating a character are their settings, purpose, identity, and the other details. And I'll be making a character as well as an example. The setting they're in. Where are they from? What time period were they from? How was it? What is their purpose in the story? Are they a protagonist, or are they just a side character? Or are they made for animation, or just drawings? Characters that are made for animation are more simpler than characters made just for art. Take an example, characters from cartoons have a more simpler design than characters in art. Along with characters who have different clothes, they have something that differentiates them with other characters. Even in different outfits. What is their personality? It could be helpful to know how they are so we could subtly communicate it with shape language. Motifs help particularly in giving patterns that helps convey the character's themes. Color palettes also helps convey their personality. Darker and muted colors could mean seriousness, indicating a character is gloomy or mean. Vibrant colors could do the opposite. If used properly, colors can throw people off when making a twist character. Characters also need complementary colors to contrast with the rest of their main colors. They are present in small details, which is completely different to the main and secondary colors. And finally, their consistency and art style. While yes, art styles are different, but what I do mean is using a more defined art style in a world of, for example, Powerpuff Girls. It works like the setting. Imagine those OCs. They wouldn't fit into the world too, would they? It is my opinions after all. You don't have to force yourself onto these rules. They're just guidelines, not standards. But how can we learn to make a character based on that? Well, you figure things out, find references, make a sketch, and draw it. And since I'll be making a character, I'll show my process through making it. I won't bore you much with details, so here's a quick rundown of how I decided to make my character. My character is from the Maskful's faction, being a jester. They're a playable character, so they needed a lot of details. They're a bit childish, impulsive, and a bit annoying. They have a jester or a circus motive. They are also a fool, so they wear a mask. From the 3 or so masked fools I've seen, they had a bright color palette, so I'll be following suit with that. I'll be using black, white, and red with a touch of yellow. Since this takes place in the Honkai Star Rail universe, they're going to have a more complex design instead of a simplistic art style. For references, Pinterest or TikTok could serve as a place to find references. There's no shame in using references or taking inspiration, as long as you don't fully copy someone's art and pass it off as yours. In Pinterest, you could make a mood board of the things you really like while creating the character. Just remember, not everything that looks good can be put into one design. You have to sacrifice a few items to make the design more cohesive. But what if there's no good references to take inspiration from? Then make one. Take pieces of an outfit and stitch them together to make this amalgamation of a Sonic OC. And soon, you'll get something like this. It may not look much, but trust the process. Now, the process of sketching it, If you freestyle it, it'll look magnificent. But after a while, when you try to redraw it, it looks kind of off. When making the actual drawing, try incorporating some shapes to show their personality. It's like color theory. Color language? Color that has meaning. That's why I stylized Chester's mask to have a more triangle shape. After getting the references, I tried drawing a simple drawing of Chester. Then I started drawing his clothes. I always wanted to draw a big Chester hat, so that's why I made one for him. Originally, he was meant to be as small as Herta, but then while drawing him, he looked better being tall. While making characters, you should experiment and exaggerate with things. There are sketches of him that I made without my references, and also him without the mask. You should also experiment with colors. You can't always get the colors right on the first try, so try experimenting with them. It's fun. Now that it's done, we have a solid design. All we need to do now is just draw. Overall, making Chester was really fun. And remember, just because they're a bit goofy or weird doesn't mean they're bad. As long as you're having fun and makes you happy, it's a good OC. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Really sorry for the long yapping session. And if you're one of the few people who sticked around, thanks. Oh, and also, I made an art study on the Honkai style artists. If that interests you, then do check it out. Other than that, thank you.